Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Today is a good day, isn't it? How's everybody? How's everyone doing in their Clover position? Let's take a look at Clove here. Let's see what's going on today. I'm excited, but I'm cautiously optimistic. It's 11:45. Oh, cautiously optimistic. So today we're up almost more than 5%. In 5 days, 21%. A month, we're up 52%. Honestly, I think it's a little higher. 6 months, we're still down 50%. So remember that. We're still down. But as you can see, you're starting to... my cooker here, they smoked up the house. So unfortunately, they a little smoky here, so if I cough a little bit, my apologies. As you can see here, we're starting to form a bottom. This looks like a bottom to me, doesn't it? Looks like a beautiful, beautiful bottom where you could just put some water in, maybe some, wine and cheese, and maybe Las Vegas in 2 years from now to celebrate, maybe Clover party, right? It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Let's say that, all right? So, yeah, the 1348 EMA crossover. Haven't seen that since we ran up to 28. Let's go. Let's go, Clover. Fine. We can celebrate a little bit here. My apologies. We could celebrate. That's for sure. Ooh, it's smoky in here. All right. So we got to talk business. One of our members pointed out, get yourself a beverage, sit back and relax. One of our members pointed out some things that are, we got to talk about. So in this video, I have more research to give you. We're going to do a technical analysis and fundamental analysis in an intrinsic value calculation, okay? But this time, we're going to be doing an intrinsic value calculation as if Clover was a SaaS. You heard me. As if Clover was a SaaS. And why do I think Clover might be a SaaS? Because of Chamath's fat. I'm just kidding. No. All right. All right. Let's put this on. And then hope that was funny to you guys. Let's go ahead and excuse me here. We're going to connect you guys on over to why I think Clover might be ready to become a SaaS. I don't like to speculate, but this just sounds really good. I mean, it does. It just sounds so good. But again, it sounds too good. But we already know it could be. So let's go ahead and you tell me what you guys think. I want you to tell me, okay?
Jason at calicatus.com. I will take the first meeting.
Sax, I need to call you after this. One of our businesses, which is not in SaaS, has started to sell SaaS software. And we've already booked $40 million of fucking ACV by complete accident from zero.
Wow.
You stepped in it?
And I need some advice.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk.
All right, everybody.
That's huge. Again, if you don't know who this guy is, I like this guy too. He's really cool. He was the former CEO of PayPal. The guy is a VC. Really cool folks here. All right. So what's a SaaS? Right? Someone asked, what's a SaaS? Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this. Stop sharing screen. Share just the normal screen. So I can flip around. But first off, the first question you have to ask, what's ACV? So ACV is the total contract value divided by the total number of years in that contract. All right. So they're selling $40 million already by accident of AC, essentially subscription. What that basically means, Eldad, is that they're essentially... The reason why everyone is very excited for subscription-based or services, essentially, you're able to take your software and give it to someone to use. Like, for example, how much money does Microsoft bring in based off of their Microsoft Office, right? It's not a physical product that you have, right? It's a software that you can disperse to anybody, right? That's the power of SaaSes, right? They bank you a lot of money and you're able to keep a lot of that money versus designing a physical product where the profit margins are thin. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Also, Al, in the investor deep dive, they talked about SaaS. I'll have to look at the post. So if you guys look to our former videos on Clover Health, on the JP Morgan conference, they briefly touched on it, but they didn't give a lot of information. So this might be it here. And maybe Chamath is throwing us a bone. I don't know. Right? And I don't think this is a bone. I think if this is truly is in regards to Clover, and I hate to speculate, I don't know. But Clover we know is going to go to SaaS. And if this is truly have to deal with Clover, then Chamath didn't throw us a bone. Chamath threw us a freaking cow. Okay, he threw us a whole meat. Right, to all the vegetarians, he threw us a tofu factory. Right, for what that is. Okay. Okay, so it's software as a service. All right, formula software having it as SaaS. Exactly. Software as a service. Yep. What other stocks could it be? Yeah, I don't know, but he does work with a lot. So I mean, it seems to me it might be Clover, but again, I'm speculating here. Remember that. It makes sense if the software is proprietary and it proven to work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so now that we talked about this, I want to shift gears and talk to you guys about some economics, okay? So let's shift gears, and then we're going to go into the deep dive of Clover, but there's some important things. So if you average out all of the major dips that we've experienced in the stock market, and if we're to average them out, we are on track to a recovery, okay? The question is, how long could this recovery last? So if you take data from 2008, 2002, 1981, 1976, here, let me make it easy here. 2008, 2007, 2002, 1983, 1997, 1981. Yeah, this is major DD, okay, guys? If you like it, please subscribe, comment, like, share, you name it. Karate, nuclear chop, the like button. I don't know what people say nowadays. 1976, 1967, 56, and 59, okay? If we were to take all those drops and normalize them, this is what we would get, okay? We are starting to do a U. Now, it depends on how long can this recovery handle. Sometimes they recovers and it continues going up. Other times it gets rejected, like 76. So it depends. And the biggest concern we have right now is Mr. Putin. Putin is upset. He's butthurt. He's upset that the world broke up with him. He's not having a good time. And he might do some things that he might regret, such as chemical warfare or possibly nuclear. We don't know. That's the market. I'm telling you right now, the market's not pricing this in. And if he does that, we're going to have a problem. Okay. But the probability is low. Okay. So there's that. All right. All right. So let's go ahead here. Is there a worry if they start selling their software, competitors will get a hands on it and replicate it? So it is proprietary, and they would go into legal battles, and they would suck that other company dry. It would be very difficult. It would be very difficult. I would tell you that. And yeah, it's tough, but it is a risk. So because we're because the SaaS, the way we evaluate SaaS companies, like for example, look at I'm trying to think. Excuse me. So there's a lot of smoke in the house. My throat's itching me here. I want to, and we're still doing a live because we want to make sure we got everything here. So I do want to make a video separate for this. There's a man here by the name of Chicken Genius. Yeah, so there's a lot of crap. I'm going to just say it bluntly. There's a lot of bullies, a lot of crap YouTubers out there that mentally are just like they're just, that's just how people are. Okay. And I know that over time, good always wins. And over time, people eventually see value. And, Chicken Genius is, he's value. He's gold, right? He's pure gold. So I want to take a moment and just give some time to this guy here. I want to make a video. I just haven't had the time, but I hope he doesn't quit. I hope he comes back. But it's just, we got to take care of each other. We got to take care of each other's mental space and help each other out. It just sucks. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. Oh, YouTube, you lost a really good guy. You know what I mean? So, he's good. Hey Al, would you be willing to share? So because of all the issues that happen with YouTube, there is a level of transparency that I'm okay with, and it stops there. So I'm willing to give you guys all the data that we use, everything here. But when it comes to this level of transparency, based off of what has happened with other past YouTubers, I think it's highly advisable that unfortunately, I'm going to be taking out of all the YouTubers, I'm going to be taking a Zip Trader U approach with that. But I will show you the data. I will give you guys exactly what the big boys use, and you guys will essentially know what's up. Okay. But it's definitely really good, right? I'm very happy. I'm very happy with what I have. So the service will be sent to the company value to roof. Amazon provides services. Exactly. So the whole SaaS thing is really good for companies, because now I remember what I was going to do. So look at here. Okay. I want you to look. Okay. Look at Palantir. Okay. Palantir made $1.5 billion. And again, these numbers are in millions. Okay. Now I want you to look at their free cash flow. Look at that. Look how much money they were able to take from that. You take this 1542 and you multiply it by, I don't know, 16%. Not even. They're at 321. Let's do 17%. Nope. 18%. Nope. 19%. No. 20%. No. 21%. Right here. Palantir is able to take 20% of the revenue and get it into a free cash flow, guys. Which is why Palantir makes 1.5 billion, but Clover makes 1.4 billion, almost 1.5 from here. But yet Clover is trading at a revenue multiple of 1.1, which is the same as United Healthcare at around 1.6. But if you look at Palantir, it's trading at a revenue multiple of 16. 16. And this is Palantir at its lowest. So are you starting to see the sass? Okay, guys, the sass here? All right. Now, let me tell you something about this. With this whole SaaS news coming out, if this is true, $60 is going to be undervalued. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, really? Oh, no. I no, this is like my title. What I wanted it to say is we need to talk now. Like, this is big, which is the SaaS news. And we're going to now go into this data here. Okay. Sorry for all the coughing. It's just, all right. So if you look at the correlation here after 50 days, you start to see we're starting to get these correlative signals. And every time we just hit another signal, which signifies that after a 2, 3 to 6 months rate of return, we have a positive percent value. That means the probability of success is 77% to 85% that we are going to return at least a 7% to 12%, especially 6 months after a 12% return on the S&P. Guys, 12% is huge on the S&P. So it's starting to see that, we may be in for a bounce. As you can see right here, we got that same bounce right there in the, there was a market cool down here in the recession, right? And we got that signal and we're like, let's go, right? So we're getting some positive signals that may indicate that the stock market's wanting to go up, okay? And obviously based off of Clover's price movements, okay? Now, within the correlation between greater than, let me take this off. Within the correlation of this bad boy, we are starting to see that the 2-month marker is looking pretty damn good with a median return value of 10%, okay? However, there are some risks that we need to talk about, but if you look at the risks and reward ratio, it may seem that in 1 week to 2 weeks all the way up to the 1 year, it may seem that the risks are none within the first month. And then you might get some increased risks, but look at in terms of the risk to reward ratio. We're getting in a position where the benefits outweigh the risks within the market. Now, there is a particular time where the risks increase and they go from 0 to 1.5 negative, and it has to deal with something that you guys need to know, which we'll talk about. It's called the Feds, right? But we'll get there. Now, if you go greater than 1%, since 1950s, you start to see that after a year, and you get 100% positivity rate. I mean, when you get the signal in terms of greater than 1%, which is not bad to gain, after 5 of the 6 signals, okay, you would get a median return of 24%. And this is going all the way from the 1962 to 2020 here. And then these are all of the data that we're getting. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking past collective data. We're trying to figure out how does this fit in the global context of what we're experiencing and see if we see some patterns. This is what hedge funds use, okay? Now, this is a diagram that a lot of day traders use. And I want to just say this. Now, we got to a level where we had a MACD baseline above a particular indicator that essentially tells you that people are, it's buying time. However, this is a trend momentum, the MACD. And what that tells me is that we could get a 4 to 6 week bounce of just positive green, but then we may get a dip within the 6 weeks because of the FOMC meeting, the next Federal Reserve meeting regarding the interest rate. Now, we already saw Federal Chairman Jerome Powell earlier this week talk about how he wants to be a little bit more stronger on the rate basis point hike from 0.25 basis points to 0.5. Now, at Al Stock Trades, especially at the Al Stock Alerts, link down below. If you can't see it, I'll put it up on here. We've already talked about that, so it didn't surprise us. So we're able dip buying. We're just dip buying. And a lot of our Patreon members and Mastering Stock Market students, they were buying lows at $1.98. They hit the low. We were DCAing like crazy. We're having a party down there, just DCAing and buying and buying and buying and buying other stocks, okay? So this is great. But understand that we may go, we may head down based off of the FOMC, which will present itself another buy. In fact, let's see here. If we can find the next meeting. Yeah. It's going to be sometime in May. I believe, if not. Right here. My apologies. June 15 to 16. This is the meeting right here. It's not for people that want to learn how to read it. It's not May because there's no star, and the star is Summer of Economic Projections. Okay, so just it's right here actually. Okay, so I misread that. So it's June, and here it is, and here's the press conference, and here's all the material that you need to understand what's going to happen. Okay, so write this date down, guys. June 15, June 16. The market may turn red, okay? Because of, blaming the feds of, oh my God, interest rates are going to go down, which is why it's important to look at this momentum indicator. That's why I said 4 to 6 weeks, okay? Now, look at the beauty of this. When the stocks go down and they dip, smart money starts buying. And then smart money says, I'm good. Let dumb money start basically, being dumb and buying up, right? What we're going to be experiencing now, my Clover family, is that the Clove stock is going to ascend to its intrinsic value. And once it starts going to 6, 7, 8, 15, 20, 30, people are going to come in and they're going to say, keep buying, hedgies, bedgies, wedgies, medgies, oh, this go, rocket ship, woohoo, right? Possibly. But I think it's in June, the economic projections. But they could anytime come in an emergency meeting. I think that's happened before. Didn't do well for the markets in the short term, and then it's going to kick the stock up higher. And then institutions are going to say, oh, okay, well, thank you. They're going to sell, and retail is going to hold a high bag, and then we're going to wait till it transcends back down to its intrinsic value. And the beautiful part about our intrinsic value calculation is that it tells you when to get in and when to get out, which is the most important thing. It's not real until you sell. Remember that in the movie? It's all fugazi. It's all fake. It's not real until you sell. Okay? So now, right? Yeah, you got that right. Yep. Yep. So what I'm tracking, and again, our Al Stock Alerts and Master students, they have access to this. What I'm tracking is technology down here and energy. I want to see the shift. There was a beautiful shift here, and a lot of stocks rallied during this area, like your typical stocks, the big boys. And I want to know when this will start to curl up. We did start to see it curl up here in March, right here. Remember when Clover started to rally? We started to see curl up and energy curl down. Now, energy is going back up, and one of our members on our Patreon here, and I'm mastering students as well, has been kicking booty. My booty. Look at this. Let me tell you something. Look at this. So this in the morning, today we hit it up at 8:38. Usually we do it a little earlier, but I wanted to get the data fresh for them. We had one of our stocks here. IMPP, right? The beautiful part in one of the communities that we have is they keep track of this. And earlier in the morning, let me just take a look at here. IMPP starting to pick up steam, FYI, at 1:51 p.m. Okay, IMPP. Look at this, guys. IMPP. Look at that. What time was it? 1:51 p.m. 1:51, right here. And then we're able to take advantage, and then boom shakalaka. That's the beauty of using all of the software that we use. We can get insider trading from or Senate trading. What are they buying, right? We get AIs and all the stuff bullseye, and there's just so many things. And if you guys are interested, there'll be a link down below here, and I'm going to put that link down on our Patreon if you're interested in our program. And again, it's only $10 a month. We do it low on this is cheap on purpose, right? We're doing it low, which will just to satisfy running the damn program, which is $22,000 a year, and you guys will have access to all that, and we'll continue to keep pumping it up with new things. Now, listen. Now we're going to go to do some stock research, okay? We're going to use our AI, and we're going to look at support resistance levels. But keep in mind this relationship, right? Energy, everyone's looking at energy right now. And once energy goes down, people start holding the bag high, then tech it is, okay? And tech is this stock right here, XLK, okay? Which we already talked about. A lot of corporate insiders have been buying, if you follow the videos. Now, let's answer some questions. Let's go to the stock analysis. Joking? Oh, okay. It's so hard to tell from the text. 86 in the last month in this market. Just think about that. Exactly. 86%. Yeah, very good. And you know what's funny? Where are all the other YouTubers, man? I remember when I first started, there were some people talking about Clover. I guess when stock dropped, where are they? I'm getting lonely out here. You know what I mean? It was honestly nice to have other people talk about it. Kind of getting lonely, but don't worry, I have you guys. All right. So question everything. Does that make you uncomfortable to buy now? Maybe dip a little bit more. Well, it is going up. I think dollar cost averaging is always going to be your best bet. I would say you would want to stop the dollar cost average until you hit our upper limit of the intrinsic value. That's when it's like, you know what, we're done. Calm down. Like once you do the 20% margin of safety. I'm tapped out right now. I'm waiting for the year. Hey, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just you put in what you need to put in and just watch it ride. Yeah. Yeah, we are on a good vibe today. Absolutely. Hell yeah, we are. FOMC meeting. Okay, yep. Oh, hedges, wedges. We already talked about this. Excuse me. The market is projecting at 50 exactly in May and June. Yes. Yep. My gut tells me to wait for a 15% dip before I buy more. Do you think it? Who knows, honestly. We're going to look at our projected AI right now, and we'll see what the AI says. Oh, that's all good. Here's our Patreon link, and then here's a 19-cent move today. I made another 1K for... Yes, good. Clove has a very low PE. When do you think the PE... So we don't really look at PE when it comes to these particular stocks. We look at price to sales. But more, even I look further into more the discounted statement of cash flows to estimate the future free cash flows of the company when they do become profitable. So that's what I do. And yeah, and it's a little risky when you do it my way, but the rate of return is what 15, 20x your money. So I mean, So now let's go ahead and let's use our AI. And let's go in. And by the way, Brain Machine is coming too. That's a great AI as well. So as you can see, based off of the Monte Carlo projection, which projects out 30 days, it is seeing a downturn in terms of the bearish case. So we may even see these levels again. Who knows, right? Who knows? But it is saying that it is going more closer to the bullish side as the base and bull case are up here, right? So just remember, just know that we're not out of the woods yet. Right? Always remain cautiously optimistic. Okay. And I will always share with you guys. And, I know some of you, $10 a month may be tough, which is why I want to show you what we have in here and show you the data just in case for people that just don't have it, which I totally understand. I was in your position one day when I was 15. I had nothing. So that's why we're doing this, right? To help people out. So as you can see here, the revenue estimates, and this goes all the way from 2022 to 2024, as you can see in the x-axis, it's looking pretty good for Clove. All right. They're going to keep growing. And with this whole, SaaS business, that's going to be crazy. Okay. Now let's take a look at the technical analysis. So we are above the 100 MA, the 200 MA, 20 MA, 50 MA, monthly high. We do have a pocket pivot, which is good, but definitely overbought. So we're going to have to see. But again, remember, in the greater scheme of things, it's been sold to oblivion. So we should be seeing these things. Okay. So now, let's, and you can search any stock you want. So I'm just going to put the ticker symbol CLOV here. Let me zoom in on here. Give it some time to think. Grab a beverage. Beautiful. So we do have a lot of people in our group that play options. We have access to that material. I'll show you guys later. It's so hard to show everything. So we do have in August of 2022 a unusual flow at strike 6, a call, and it was placed today. So look at that. That's good. Yeah, guys, look at that. We're sitting at what, 3 right now? That's double the price. That's another 100%. You got to look at that. All right. Now let's take a look at any big flows for Clover. Hell yeah. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I want you to be up 100K. I want more money to come. That's why we built this. I want everyone to be successful. Good. So, excuse me, as you can see here, in terms of the calls here, and these are the time zones of the biggest flows that we've seen, we are seeing some, August looks like a pretty good amount here, and then we also have January for 5. So yeah, definitely a lot of pushing pressure for Clover. Now let's take a look at institutions to see if it changes. This looks at institutional growth for the past 6 months, and holy freaking moly. We got almost a 10% increase in the past 6 months for institutions buying the stock. Now, if you look at the stock level here, and let's take a look at Clover here. Yeah, that's incorrect. It's not 413. It's actually 420 something. I can do kind of an approximation, like an average. I think that's fair. We're looking at wow, they own a lot now, guys. Institution, they own like almost 30 to 40% of the company. I mean, institutions have been stepping in and buying Clover, guys. Why? Because retail sold. I laugh because that's really pisses me off. Retail sold the bottom, guys. They literally sold it. Damn. I remember I got a comment when I was doing Clover videos when it was trading at like $2. Someone said, stop talking about Clover. Clover's done. Clover's going to 0. And I'm just like, anywho, you know, it is, it is what it is. Let me just make sure I get more here, data. Un momento here. Yeah, so here it is. This is what Clover has in terms of share. 470 outstanding shares. 470.85. Yeah, so they own a lot. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's take a look at Twitter chatter. Sorry, the live is going a little slower today, but I want to like slow down and just talk about a couple things. And exactly, margin calls too, exactly. And, you know, if they read The Intelligent Investor, or, you know, the margin is speculating. You don't play with money you don't have. So this updates every 30 minutes. You get access it directly from our Discord. And I don't honestly see anything with Clover right now. Let's take a look at any Wall Street Bets chatter. And I have a feeling Wall Street Bets hates Clover. They don't allow any Clover posts. I doubt there's any Clover up on here, right? Which is why Clover made their own community on Reddit. So that's good. So if you can basically see here, the SR levels here on the minute chart. Let's take a look here. Let me actually fix it. So this is the beauty about having our AI. You're able to get in and get out. Now, some of you may be day trading Clover, swing trading Clover, long-term holding Clover. It doesn't matter what you belong. I mean, it's fine. We want to service everybody, right? So as you can see right now, we tested, again, these green lines are support or resistant levels depending on the price. If the price is over the green line, it's a support level. If the price would be under, it's a resistance. So as of right now, today, we tested the $3.54 support line and we passed. And now we're granted up to the next one. You can start to see we're starting to form an ascending channel. Now, if you guys don't know what that means, in my Mastering Stock Market course, we'll be teaching this. I gave a little teaser here for our students here. Let me just, for people that don't know what that means, this is kind of what an ascending channel looks like. But, you know, this is an ascending channel followed by a secondary line. So you essentially get a secondary trend line analysis and a primary trend line analysis. So you get two levels of support, and a lot of day traders use this. And as soon as it passes this, they're out because it broke two levels of support while someone just redrawing their trend line, not doing this analysis. This is kind of imagine like Clover is bouncing off between here, right? That's their ascending, okay? So let's go back. And I just wanted to just point that out. This is directly, there'll be the lecture notes for our course, but followed up with the videos here. But let me go back here. And let's go back to the minute chart. So as you can see here, if you had this, you would be unable to, you know, oh, it's crashed. Okay, sell, buy, good. Oh, it broke, sell, buy, good, good, right? And then you might ask yourself, well, what's higher? What's the next support level? Or sorry, what's the next resistant level? Well, guess what? We have access to that information. We have access to the next support level you just have to change it from the minute to the hour. And all you got to do is just press the ticker symbol and press H, and you get this. So the next level of resistance, my Clover community here, is $4.18. So we got to keep track at this. $4.18 is a level that we need to break. And if we break that, we're going to be higher. And what I think is going to happen is we might be able to form this nice little U. And by the time the Federal Reserve meets, and 4 to 6 weeks here, we may be in for a dip, and this dip may cause a cup and handle movement. And for people that don't know what a cup and handle is, again, there's a lot of new investors here. A cup and handle, but which we'll also teach at the stock market course here where we offer. A cup and handle is essentially, and just in its intrinsic form, is literally a kind of like a cup here with a teacup and a handle. And this might be the FOMC meeting, and then it might rebound right after. So just kind of put those in perspective. We like to kind of slow things down and teach them. And we don't like to speed up. We just want to give things very great for you guys here. So if it passes 418, we get 521 and then 694, okay? Now, let's see if there's any other resistance levels that we missed. In order to do that, we got to look at the day. And we got $4.30, then 561, 750, and 1080. We're starting to get up to the good days, eh? Right? So, excuse me, we can then go in and look at the weekly to give us even more information. And again, it looks like that $4.19, that four-ish in the middle, once we pass 454, we're going, guys. We're going up, okay? And I'll keep you updated, on any movements here. But just take, you guys can trade this, and if you want, I'm personally a long-term holder of the company because of this intrinsic value. Because this can, a SaaS news can come up and it can just kind of take a crap on this TA and it'll just shoot up, right? So now that we went through this, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the dark pool levels directly from our Discord channel, okay? So let's look at dark pool here. to see is institutions, are they, what are they? Yeah, look at this. 276, 299. Institutions are buying it up. Okay, let's see if there's any matched dark pool. These are block trades, right? Let's see if there's any matched. No data found. Okay, no match. Now let's take a look at algo flow to see what do option traders think about Clove. Yes, so we are getting, so it was a downturn. Now we're up in an upturn, so that's good. So this is bullish. This is called a bullish convergence. Okay, this is great. This is great. Now let's take a look at what our AI believes is going to happen. So AI is saying bearish, 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 right? It's you know what I mean. Again, you got to basically take a look sees at the data, and sometimes you want to use part of it and use some of it. Like the algo flow is saying, hey, we might be in for a good downturn. But you know what? Our AI saying maybe we should calm down because it has been increasing and maybe it needs some room to breathe and it may need some room to test this line, right? You get what I'm trying to say, guys? It may need some room to breathe and fold maybe down here and then go back up and form that channel. So there might be a breathing room here. So that's important, okay? So there's that. Other than this, we're going to go in and calculate an intrinsic value for the Clover Health stock. But we're going to be utilizing a SAS-like analysis. Now, Palantir has been a SaaS longer than Clover. So for them to get this 21%, that's savage. So I'm going to put Clover at 15%. And this is going to be a crazy price. I'm just going to have to give it to you guys. This is going to be a very crazy price. If Clover is able to achieve this SaaS-like thing, holy freaking moly. So we're going to be pulling numbers directly from Clover's, balance sheet here. So we're going to go in and we're going to do a updated intrinsic value based off of the SaaS thing. But then I'm going to revert it back to non-SaaS, because this is speculation. But let's speculate to see where this goes, just in case if money just starts to flow into it, you guys in the back of your head will know, oh, okay, this is the SaaS level pricing. This is the non-SaaS. Okay. Just like how we have the direct contract, So I hope that makes sense. Let's answer some questions and we'll get back to this. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you'll be good. You'll be sitting good. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. Absolutely. I should probably read the questions. I'm sorry. I'm new to YouTube. So on WSB, does hate Clover. I got permanently banned from posting there because I said I was DCing my Clove position in there. What are your moves tomorrow? Yeah, dude. They don't like Clover. They don't like. I don't understand why Wall Street Bets doesn't like. You know why? Because maybe it has better fundamentals. But just watch when the stock goes up to its intrinsic value. It's gonna be freaking Armageddon in Wall Street Bets. They're gonna have the mods are going to be their heads are gonna be popping off. And don't worry, we're gonna do really well. All right. So apparently I was wow, right, shilling, right? Okay. Wow. Screw them. Okay. Wall Street Bets only likes badly run companies, diluted and dying sectors for a possible mythical short squeeze. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not. This is, yeah, exactly. They go fight losing life. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm off to bed. It's 3 a.m. in the UK. Yes. Question everything. Hopefully you can catch on the video for tomorrow. Sorry, this one's a late one, guys. If Clove truly is a SaaS and they sold 40 million, when would they declare? Anytime they want. But if I was them, I would disclose it during earnings because that would be a heck of a surprise. And that's going to shift the analyst discussion towards that. And it's just, oh my Lord, it is going to be beautiful. A good indicator of that is to take a look at the book writers for Clover, because these book writers, when they did the share dilution, they have kind of a really side by side kind of a love thing going on, where if you start seeing some upgrades in the coming months, weeks, you might know that there's something that is happening. So just pay attention to those things, okay? So now let's go ahead and let's take a look. So this is the year. So we're going to put the year here. Okay. What is ACV? Exactly. So that this is exactly why I've been teaching for 15 years. ACV, you take the total contract value divided by the total number of years in that contract, and it gives you an ACV. And depending on the ACV, you're able to basically charge a premium in that of other contracts, which essentially amplify. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example here. Okay. So I have a subscription. I have a SaaS. I've created the software with the brain machine and this whole thing. I only charge $9.99. I'm undervaluing myself, right? Normally, I need to charge $100, $200 a month, and people would pay for it because of what this software does, right? Just a quick little, glimpse here. If you look at just one data point here, where is this here? We get data directly from, like, for example, look at this vendor, IEX Cloud. That's just one vendor out of the 10 to 20 we use, okay? If you look at IEX Cloud and look at pricing, normally it's $199 a month, okay? That's just one of the datas that we get. Again, $22,000 a year, which is why you're able to, what you do is you look at all the other vendors and all the people that supply data to retail. Like, for example, I'm a supplier of data to retail. And normally, like Ortex and all these other, they charge around $50 to $80 to $100. Blacks, I have all these places, right? And for me, I'm like, no, I'm not going down that route. Because I'm going to be a doctor. I don't need this money. This money is going to be growing the channel and growing the software. I'm doing $9.99. I'm undervalued, but I could totally overvalue myself. Actually, not overvalue. Really, go to the intrinsic value. But that's what that is. And in healthcare, when you have a SaaS that saves you so much money, your hospitals are going to end up doing it. Hospitals are going to end up essentially buying the software if it's, like, for example, if I were to tell you, listen, man, if I can save you $10,000 a month, all you got to do is pay $1,000, you're going to do it, especially if it's true. Of course, you're going to spend $1,000 if you're going to get $9,000 back. That's what this whole, the whole decrease in MCR and all these, that's what the whole thing about SaaS is. It's a good deal. And you don't own the product. You're just renting it out, right? That's why it's a tremendous business model, because you can replicate it. It's a software. It can just be copied, right? But licensed. So I hope that was good. So now let's go to, if you have any questions, please drop them down. All right. So now let's go to the intrinsic value calculation of Clover. And this is in our Mastering Stock Market course. So let's get straight to it and get straight to work. So 2018. Put the year here to make it a little bit more, readable. Sorry, 2019, 2020, 2021. Okay. 2022, they said that they're going to do $3 billion. Okay. I am going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2023 and 2024. Now, I showed you in the past, our models suggest that Clover is going to end up being from our models, it's looking like, let's see here, if I can grab the picture. Based on our models, by 2022, we already said that Clover was going to be hitting around 2.5, 2.8 billion. But they went ahead and they said, no, we're actually going to be hitting more than 3 billion. So my model undervalued them. They were able to do a surprise, and they said they're going to be exceeding by 3 billion. Okay. So because of that, my model in 2024 suggests they're going to be making around 4 billion. And since I was already off by $500 million, let's assume that by 2024, they're going to make $4.5 billion. Okay. I think they're going to make more if they're already making $3 billion, more than $3 billion in 2022. Now for 2023, obviously they're going to make more than $3 billion, but let's just keep it at $3 billion. All right, we're going to do an ultimate analysis here year by year. Okay. So now let's put the numbers that they have made in the past. Let's do that. Okay. 281, 454.7, 690, 472, but I'm missing number. Oh no. Okay. 147. Okay, good. We got it. So now we're going to hit the sass. Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. I just spelled it ass. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 15%. Okay. Don't get too excited. This is going to be pretty huge. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do estimated free cash flow. And we already know they're going to go down this route eventually. Let's just see. Let's answer some questions here. That's one of the reasons I like Clov, because the SaaS, even if it's years down the road. Exactly. Good. Hi all. There's an instruction or some kind of coaching to show you how to use this. Yes. So I believe you purchased the Mastering Stock Market course. So on YouTube, we have a playlist where you can go ahead and utilize this calculator. There will be more instruction geared up as we ascend out of beta access. With the SaaS, customers don't buy the software. It's licensed. Exactly. They don't own the software. It's licensed, right? Just like how we offer the Patreon. You're essentially licensing. We're giving you a subscription to essentially use our AIs and our brain machine and all that. So that's essentially what that is, right? So there is, if you go under playlist on YouTube, you'll be able to see a discounted statement of cash flow playlist. And then there will be one injected within that. I'm working on that curriculum. But first, I'm uplifting the Discord channel to allow you to be able to use it, get the knowledge and the information needed to implement it with inside of the intrinsic value calculation, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and let's get straight. So a good way to learn how to use this is by learning how I'm using it now, right? This will be a great method. So what I did is let me know if this makes sense, because this is how you use the calculator. This is the hardest version of how to use this calculator, is to estimate a company that's free cash flow negative, but projecting out, assuming that it's going to be free cash flow positive. Normally, what you do is you go to PayPal, and for normal free cash flow positive companies, all you got to do is just copy these numbers here for the past 10 years, copy the net income for the past 10 years, and just essentially do the calculation like that. And it's easy. It's just plug and chug, right? But when you have a company that's free cash flow negative, this is how you would do it. So I hope that you can use this video as well to help you, because this is a very complicated method to analyze a company, right? So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll do 15%. So now that we went ahead and did 15%, these are the estimated free cash flows. Now I'm going to pause for a sec, and I'm just going to go on YouTube here, and just to answer your questions regarding how to use the intrinsic value calculator, all you got to do is go to Al Stock Trades, Trace, make sure you spell it right. I think Google can be a little lenient. Go to playlist, and you'll see here DCF intrinsic value calculation. If you don't have $5,000, okay, who the hell is this guy? Okay, And then you can go in, there's a lot of these videos here, and there's more than 5 companies that we've used the intrinsic value. And whenever you see Warren Buffett's face, you want to click on those videos, right? We have a lot of those videos down in the playlist as well in the normal video section. So this should give you an understanding of how to utilize the company. Now, we're going to be making specific ones broken down and tailored down to assist with learning how to do this, because these are seen, people that get their MBAs and are accountant, they tend to know how this works. And there's not a lot of people that are on the platform on YouTube teaching this, but this is how the work is done. This is what Chamath did, or VCs do, before buying a company. This is what we like to advocate at All Stock Trades. So now that we have this, let's go in and let's get straight to business. So we got 42.15, 68.205, 103.5, 220, 450, 450 again, because we're assuming they're going to make another $3 billion in 2023. We're assuming they're not going to grow, which we know they are. Okay. Then 675. So now we're estimating a 286 free cash flow. Now, we're going to change this number back to the 7%, which is what no free cash flow. I'm sorry, no SaaS, right? No, this is with SaaS. Okay. Now, because of this, you have to understand, once they release the SaaS news and it increases, there is going to be an increase in the value of the stock. Okay. And I believe that's when they might do a share dilution. Remember that. Okay. Remember that. Okay. But let's continue. So let's go down and get the accurate outstanding shares. They got 470.85. So as soon as we do this, 470.85. All we need to do now is do 2018, 281, and then 4500, and watch this. We haven't done the year. Once we hit 2024, because it's growing at a 0. So assuming that Clover is growing at 0, this is how much it's worth. Like these hedge funds and short sellers have destroyed the stock to where it's worth $0. It's growing at 0%, which we know it's not the case. All right, so let's do this. This can be the value of Clover. If Clover is a SaaS, this will be the value. Can you believe this? Now, 380, let's call it 173. But let's see if that's even the realm of comprehension. Let's just, very simple. Let's take 173 divided by $2, because we know that was $1 billion market. Around $1 billion market cap. So we're looking at $86 billion. Okay. And let's assume that we can take this 86 billion divided by the current market cap. I got that. 1.77. Revenue multiple, not market cap. My apologies. 4.5, because they'll be making 4.5 billion. They'll be trading. So let me, for people that don't know what I did. So what we did is we took $176, which is $173, which is the bear case for the SaaS. This is for SaaS. Okay. I know that at $2, Clover was at $1 billion market cap. So all I did was just take 173 divided by 2, which gave me, and I know that each, essentially, in terms of billions, that's an $86 billion market cap. Then I took the revenue of what it has in 2024 and I divided it by 4.5. And I'm seeing that it's going to be trading 19 times the revenue multiple. Now, if we go to Palantir, as of right now, in this bear world we live in, Palantir is trading at 16 times revenue multiple. In fact, Palantir was actually trading, it was double this price, even higher. It was trading at 30, 40 times revenue multiples, okay? So to see a 19 times revenue multiple for a SaaS, ladies and gentlemen, is honestly not surprising, okay? So this could be the future of Clover, especially if it starts licensing its products out, and not just in the United States, but around the world, okay? So this is huge, especially underserved medical centers that need Clover. This is huge. But let's assume that they're not going to be a SaaS. And let's assume that it's just going to be a 7%. That's it. All we got to do is just change the numbers. 19.67, 31.829, 48.3, 103.04, 210, 315. And the reason why it's a little higher than normal, very simply, is because we included these other two here. Now, if you want to remove them, since we, let me see here, 210, we can remove these. These will be the value, okay? And I say $48, $48 would be the price, right? I personally think we can include 2023 and 2024 estimated free cash flow, and we would be getting at an intrinsic value anywhere between 81 to 177. So I would say there might be some. I would say there might be some extreme selling pressure at 116, definitely up here. But I would say, you know, if you wanted to hold the stock, 79.80, you know, but it could definitely go on more, right? But these are the numbers. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not a financial advisor. But look at Palantir. Palantir is only made 1.5 billion, but yet they're trading at a 16 times revenue multiple. Now, for people that don't understand, they can say, well, Palantir is $13, Albert. Well, Al, right? But listen. Look at the market cap of Palantir. Some people don't know this, which is why we educate them. The market cap for a company that made 1.5 billion is trading with a market cap of 26 billion, right? Versus Clover, which might be a SaaS, is trading only at 1.77 billion. Guys, come on now. Are you starting to see what I see? Petro, were you able to find those discounted statement cash flows video? Were you able to find those? So what we're going to be doing is we've lifted off and we've essentially ascended from the beta access from our stock alerts, which is part of the Mastering Stock Market course, because now we just need to put on Brain Machine, and our platform is all ready for the Discord side. Then we're going to go ahead and focus in on the Mastering Stock Market course, and that will slowly increase in value. So you got a 60% off, 60, 70% off. It will become a $1,500 package, but it's lifetime. It includes lifetime here as well. But we do offer this $9.99 to help people that just, you know, they just want the information and they want access to all of our price targets that we assign. And I want to just give a shout out to all the people making a profit. Look at all, I mean, I'm just very proud of you guys. Literally within 2 days of joining, made $2,500. I'm very happy with all the profits we've been making here. I'm proud of all of you guys. You guys have no idea how amazing this community is going to grow. And I just can't wait till this whole thing is just, I'm just very excited, right? I'm so excited for each and every one of you. So Clove, absolutely. Absolutely. And remember, this is non-SaaS. This is 7%. This is not 15%. And we already concluded that Palantir was 21%. I only put them as 15%. I dropped them 6% down from Palantir, so they can even make more, okay? Remember that, okay? Well, don't think of it that way. Have a growth mindset. Be like, I'm not going to retire. I'm going to build another business. I'm going to go into real estate, right? Keep growing, right? It's beautiful. It depends. If you're like 60, then, of course, relax. But if you're, my age, keep going, my friend. Let him in retire. Let's go. Right? Preach. Absolutely. So we don't do any YOLOs here. I can't recommend you buy. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some random guy on YouTube. I recommend you do your own due diligence. You research the crap out of what I'm saying, question everything I do. Remember that. That scares me. Yeah. I would, no, right? I would just question everything I say. I'm not a financial advisor. We're not Wall Street bets. Right? Do you think share dilution would still be needed if they are offering their medical costs with that's a good question. And if they do that and they get money, the question is no. But if I was them, I would still dilute, because guess what's going to happen with the stock price? Right? I would dilute. I would want cash. You know what I mean? And so, I would expect a dilution. What? Expect 2 with no SaaS, expect 1 with SaaS. Let's put it that way. And if there isn't any, that's amazing. But always remember, I always expect the worst, so I'm not surprised with anything. Well, you have to, that's a good question. And, that's when people, if you look at it, I'm trying to see, how do I answer? This is a good question. How would you answer this, guys? Well, I think, take a look at Tesla, okay? Let's take a look at Tesla. The stock rose up. People are like, man, it's too, I don't want to buy. Oh, you see it dropped. I think it's still expensive. I'm going to wait for it to go back down to 50. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, man, it's too late now. It's going to crash. Oh, it crashed. I'm going to wait till it goes down to 300. And then right? Guys, once this company is on the radar, institutions have already been buying it. But once it's on the radar, like radar, and it's everywhere, it's gonna, at what level? That's why I like dollar cost averaging. There's no emotion. You know what I mean? Yeah. Instead of making, $3 to $5 million, let's put it this way. Instead of making maybe $1 million more, I would make maybe $1 million less than what instead of 5 million, I'll make it maybe 4.5, or instead of like 200,000, let me give you the numbers here. So this was a study. This was a study done by Charles Schwab. People that perfect time the market buying at a bottom versus investing immediately versus dollar cost average, bad timing, and staying cash. Obviously, staying cash is the worst thing. Even bad timing is better than that. But look at dollar cost averaging from here. Perfect timing versus dollar cost averaging. You're only off by what, less than 20,000? So I think it's easy. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean, guys? So, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that we need to discuss. You guys have any questions? I think that's it, right? We're on the hour right now. A lot of great information. Oh, yes. One more thing. I remember. Look at here. So you know how there was a lot of negative news? There was this one analyst. She was like talking all mean about Clover. I'm just like, just wait. Just wait. You might be asking, wait for what? You know, wait to all of, there's going to be, listen, guys, analysts are not investors, okay? An investor thinks for himself. An investor is a contrarian. You're going to get a lot of followers now, and they're just going to be like, Clover Health stock will be your lucky 4-leaf Clover, right? What's so special about Clove stock? Right. Well, if you look at the, when it was at $2 going down, terrible investment, terrible, right? You know how much hit pieces Tesla had? Amazon, oh my God, right? Every great stock has been through some pain, and I feel bad for the people that sold. This is gonna be a lifetime regret for them, guys. I know some people that sold Amazon at like 200 or something, and they're just like biting, they're just really upset. So anywho, guys, it is a privilege and honor. Don't forget that smash the like button, hit the notification bell all to turn on so you guys are updated for what we talk about. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribing helps out, makes me happy, makes me know that I'm making an impact on your guys' lives. It feels great to be able to serve you guys. You guys have no idea. Yeah, so our Discord access is literally $10 a month, $9.99, and it's literally you get access to all of this. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but save it for the Discord channel. You know, I want to give something in return to you guys. No, I appreciate that. God bless you, right? Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, every money that comes in will go directly back into the Discord to get you guys more resources. I appreciate that. You guys, you guys are amazing, okay? I appreciate that. These are all the things that we offer here on the Discord channel. And mind you, I'm still scrolling. I mean, I haven't stopped. And it is going to be overwhelming. I just highly suggest that just like, it's a learning curve. You have a Bloomberg terminal here, okay? And yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. God bless you all. It means the world to me to be able to serve each and every one of you. You have no idea. Thank you again. I really appreciate that, Nick. You have no idea. Again, everything that's donated will be donated back into our channel. We put God, and I have a lot of faith. We put God first in everything we do, and that's just how we run our business, and that's just how I always run my life. So it means the world to me that we're making a small impact on your guys' lives. As someone who's going into healthcare, just very simply put, I went into healthcare to help the poor, everybody, but just the poor, right? The people that don't have voices, right? The problem is a lot of them come with diabetes, hypertension, diseases that could have been cured if they just had better healthcare, if they just had better access to health. And this is my way of creating a platform that can democratize financial information. Perhaps I dream that maybe one day we'll be able to inject this formal curriculum that we're developing in school systems, high school, to teach these young souls a strategy on how the rich manage their money. And I feel like that would prevent so much diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diseases that could be quit, like smoking and all these things, because let's face it, people smoke because they're stressed out, stressed to make ends meet. They're working 2 jobs. I got a friend that works at Waffle House. Every time they take a break, they take a cigarette smoke, they go back into it, and afterwards they go do a different job. So I know this is like not Clover related, but I really appreciate what you guys have all your support. And my dream is to essentially be able to give access to this information, because these are all the senators. These are your representatives. They're buying stocks. We have the power to track that. We can track what Nancy Pelosi buys. Okay? If Nancy Pelosi actually cared, why isn't she teaching us this? We can track every House of Representatives, each and every one of their moves. Tom Holland, each and every one. We can click on them and find the best performing one and figure out what stocks that they buy. We will democratize financial information, and we will make it available for every person. And this price will be capped at $10. It'll be just enough to sustain everything and sustain the resources to make this business work. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys have no idea how much you all mean to me. And I don't know what to say. I love each and every one of you guys. So I mean, there's nothing, you don't take nothing with you. So all I know is I'm taking all of you guys in my heart. You guys all mean the world to me. So God bless you.